So far for this year, I've been really focusing on building strength in my back and in my feet. Those are the two areas that I've decided to focus on so far. And I think it's going pretty well. Although I really have to say, I really dislike working on my back. I hate back exercises. That's probably because I really need them. I think that my back is not particularly strong, and we need that back strength for the type of movement that we do in ballet. And so, yeah, I'm working on it. When it comes to my feet, I don't mind working on my feet, but they have a tendency to get sore pretty quickly. I wasn't blessed with what they call good feet in the ballet world. I don't think so anyway. They're not particularly strong or flexible. They're okay, you know? So I do have to work hard on building strength in my feet. So how I've been doing this is by exercising one part of the body on one day, and then I'll exercise the next part on the next day. So I alternate between the different parts of the body to give them a chance for rest and recovery, especially my feet. And this has been working. I've been sticking to this routine, but it's not easy. Balancing a full-time job with ballet training is pretty challenging, I have to say. And this is something that I want to talk about a bit more in this video. Ways that I can deal with this type of challenge. But generally, the video is intended to be a sort of an update, long overdue, on what I've been up to in my dance life. So anyhow, before we get into it, I just want to say welcome to everyone. Welcome to those of you who are returning viewers and those of you who are new. It's good to have you here. And if it's your first time to my channel, my name is Natalie, and as you can see, I'm a dancer. And I hope you enjoy my video. So I want to get started with some of the things that I feel really good about. I feel as though I'm probably making a breakthrough with my attitude balances on demi-point, especially on my weaker side. And it's probably because I'm learning how to use the muscles in my core in order to balance in this position. I think I am becoming more conscious of how these muscles feel in my abdomen, and I'm learning how to consciously engage them while I'm holding the attitude position. Foot strength is definitely a part of this too. I'm really happy with how I was able to hold my attitude balance after these grueling releves. That's where I'm pushing myself repeatedly up on my toes here. These are difficult for me right now, but I believe with more exercise, they will get easier. Stronger feet will also help my pirouettes. I'm actually feeling really good about my pirouettes right now. I'm pretty consistent with my singles. And the next frontier is mastering my doubles. Of course, I'm continuing to build strength in all areas of my body. Some of them I can't even describe to you. For example, in class, I learned that I have to master this motion of bringing my leg from arabesque to a la seconde.
Start with that motion of the hip. That will start to bring the leg under. There you go. Yes, then your heel is already under by the time you get to a la seconde versus getting there.
I mean, what muscles do you even use for this? It seems to be a team effort between maybe your glutes and your hip flexors and your thighs, all of them working together, and who knows what else. After all this time, it still feels like the most bizarre sensation when I do this. Can anybody tell me when it starts to feel natural, if it ever does? Now I want to talk a little bit about something that I'm really struggling with, and that is balancing my full-time job, my 9 to 5, with trying to train seriously in ballet. And it's not something that I've allowed myself to acknowledge before. I don't think about it much, but lately I've been realizing, it's a really difficult thing to do when you think about it. Yet it's something that I have to figure out because I have to work, and I have this goal of improving in ballet. I want to see progress with my dancing. When I'm finished work at the end of the day, I am completely exhausted. I am exhausted mentally, physically, emotionally. Sometimes I'm done. And yet, I have to find that extra boost of energy to practice or to take a class. Yes, so that's not easy. And then, there's not a lot of time between when you finish your workday and bedtime. And there's so many things to do. I maybe would want to go and take a quick walk, get some fresh air. I want to make a healthy meal. There's probably household chores to do. I have to take out the trash, feed the cat, connect with family. There are things that have to be done. And yet, somewhere in it all, dancing has to be done too. So, all it takes is a few minutes, just a few minutes of sitting down to unwind. And before you look around, the time has flown by and it's time for bed. It can be difficult to find that consistency in my practice. It doesn't help that in those few hours between when you finish work and when you have to go to bed, you'd want to do that vigorous exercise early. You want to do that earlier in the evening. So that is something that I need to sort of coordinate and make sure that I'm not exercising too late before I go to bed, because that can disrupt my sleep, and that's the last thing that I want to do. So this is the type of puzzle that I'm trying to solve. Sometimes it seems to come down to a choice between a healthy home-cooked meal and dance practice. Anyhow, I do have a few ideas of how to deal with this conundrum. First of all, maybe some meal planning could help. I thought of maybe cooking some of my main dishes in advance, but I don't often feel like I have the time to prepare large quantities of food in advance. Not sure that will work for me. But then maybe I do need to be thinking ahead and sort of have something semi-prepared in advance. The next idea that I've considered is doing my exercise before work. But that will depend on my schedule. So since my schedule varies, it'll be hard to develop a consistent pattern. Another way that I handle this challenge of balancing work with ballet training is by just doing a little bit at a time. Because I can't find long stretches of time for ballet. So I can only bite off as much as I can chew. This is another reason why I alternate days with different kinds of exercises. For example, one day I would do my back, the next day I'll do my feet, maybe 15 or 20 minutes a day, that type of thing. And then I fit in a few minutes of choreography as often as I can. My last idea is one that I've been toying with for a while. I've been thinking about what kind of ballet I would be able to fit into my workday during my breaks, for example. And it seems as if I can only afford a couple of minutes at a time. So the question is, what can anyone do with just a couple minutes that could be of any value? What can I accomplish with a couple of minutes at a time if I do it regularly? Maybe just getting up to stretch. I can probably do that. I can get up and stretch my tight back, or my hamstrings, or my hip flexors. Maybe I could treat it as a reward for concentrating for a while. I only have to remember to do it. I have a feeling that some of you are doing exactly the same thing, and you're balancing your ballet practice, your dance practice, or some other kind of demanding project with a full-time job. So, if you have any ideas, please do share. I have a feeling that they could help some of us in this predicament, including me. I know that I would appreciate any suggestions because I am dancing ballet, I am making YouTube videos, I am working on other projects while working a full-time job, and it can be a lot. So yeah, please excuse my being so long away from YouTube. I've been working on some exciting projects behind the scenes, and I'm really looking forward to sharing these with you sometime soon. So more on that sometime soon. And yeah, I really love being on YouTube, but I think I'm going to have to find a way to streamline my production and make things simpler so that I can be with you more often. Anyhow, whatever you're working on, whatever your creative project is, if you're a dancer or whatever you do, I hope that you are making progress. And I hope that you found some food for thought in my video. And if you'd like to follow my creative journey, my dance journey, please subscribe for more. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye.